Hello, 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 Periscopers of the world. This is CJ Sohau, and just a special hello and welcome to the Tag Tribes team. Now, I've just had a bit of a waft of inspiration, so I thought I'd share something with you all. And basically, a lot of people see failures and obstacles that come into their life as, you know, something really detrimental and something that they can't really get away from. And, you know, think back to the last time that you failed at something, or you thought, you know what, this didn't really go to plan, and think about the effect that had on your decisions that you made going forward. Now think also, if you had, hi Joe, hi Sanzi, guys, if you're really liking what I'm saying, I encourage you to swipe up or swipe left, whatever it is, depending on what device you're on, and share this scope. This is my second scope ever. And so I just want you to really think about the last time you made a decision based on the fact that you failed at something, and then you decided not to go ahead with whatever you were about to do. So let's say you started a project, or you were going to take up singing, but you were disastrous at it, like me, and you decided, okay, I'm not going to do that again. I'm really just not going to try it again. Now try and also get in touch with the feeling of how you would have felt if you had carried on trying again, and not really seeing that thing as a failure, and actually have taken the actions again and again till you mastered what you wanted to do. Try and get in touch with the feeling that you would have had and where you'd be right now if you had taken all those actions and you had achieved the final goal that you were looking to achieve. See, my thing is that people see failure as like the last step on their journey, and I would say that failure is actually the first step on your journey. And you've probably heard it said before, a quote that, you know, I've seen posted on Facebook and everywhere, which is the master has failed far more times than the novice has even tried. And you'll see the examples everywhere you go. You look at people like Donald Trump, you look at people like Tony Robbins, you see the success that they're at right now. You see them, like, you know, way up there, but you don't see the failures that they've had in life. You don't see that Donald Trump has practically been made bankrupt before. You know, he also went from a multi-billionaire to only a millionaire at one point. You know, a multi-millionaire. That was, you know, I know, what a shame, sad times. And they pick themselves up from these, you know, problems that they've had, and they move on so that they learn from their mistakes and carry on. So if you like what you're hearing, by the way, guys, please do share this scope by swiping up and hitting the share button. And also, if you tap your screen, you can give a few hearts, which is like the equivalent of giving a like on Facebook. So do share this with others. The idea is that, you know, if we all just carry on and not see failure as this one final stop thing that, you know, beyond this there's no hope, and we carry on achieving things that we want to achieve, you know, keep trying things, and without the prospect of failure. In fact, see failure as a lesson learned, and see it as an opportunity to learn. I don't even see failures as failures, I see them as opportunities to learn. So that's my message, really. I would strongly say that anytime you see somebody else give up on something that is their dream, or you see someone trying, you know, to justify why they shouldn't do something, explain to them that, you know, this isn't the end, this is the beginning, and life is full of lessons, and these lessons are there for you for a reason. You know, I've failed more times than I can even count, but the reason for those failures is, you know, I'm here where I am today because of those failures. I wouldn't be the person that I am today had it not been for those failures. I'll give you a personal example. Just a couple of days ago, I ran my very first webinar, and I made the wonderful mistake of not testing out the software, you know, well in advance of actually holding the webinar. I ended up having to repost 3 different links using different softwares to try and get people to actually attend the webinar. In the end, when I did hold the webinar, which was last Tuesday evening, a total of 1 people turned up. But you know what, I took it as a lesson learned, and I still went ahead with the webinar, and I'm sure there's things I could have done better on the actual webinar itself, and I've had some feedback on that as well, which is awesome. But it's a lesson learned, And I know that in the future when I do it again, it's going to be much better. I'm going to learn from those mistakes. So that's my message to you guys. Again, if you're watching the recording on a replay, thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching this live, you have been awesome. Please do remember to share this scope. I keep saying, about to say video, but share the scope with everyone that you know. Share it with your followers. And thank you for joining me. And please do message me at CJ Sohail if you have insights into this area as well, what you think about failure and how do you see things, how do you overcome it as well. All right, okay. Take care for now. Thank you very much and goodbye.